Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Want to say a very special good morning to the Bridge 99 FM team in or at Hope Gardens. In or at Hope Gardens right now. Morning, team. Morning, Richie B and the Up and Go team. And I'm hearing all about the iguana lizard. Lord of his mercy. Say he's just smiling. Oh, yo. Lord of mercy. And them, they smell them, you know what? But Richie, you have yourself a safe return. And of course, the entire team. So morning, everyone. Morning. Want to say a very special morning to our listeners. Thank you very much for joining us on the bridge, Untengle on the bridge. And want to say a very special morning to the Untengle team. It's a Thursday. It's a third day of March. March done already. Third day of March. No, March done. Third day of March already. All right, so thank you very much for joining us on the frequencies of the Bridge 99 FM. I want to say a very special morning to you listening on the internet. And for those who want to listen and watch at the same time, you know how to do that, right? www.thebridge99fm.com. You can log on and watch us live. So thank you very much. My name is Elise. I take you through till 2 in the afternoon. And we do that every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So, you know what we always say, wherever you are, whoever you are, you make sure you just come as you are. By the way, you know, that grave diggings that I went to the other day that I spoke about, I put it on my Facebook page. And a whole heap of people were responding to it and saying that they've never seen one like that before. So perhaps next week sometime, I can, or even a little more when we talk to Beauregard, I can put up one of the videos and let the listeners actually watch it. Because, you know, I always wondered why people, you know, going on so, and if somebody died and, you know, why them celebrating and carrying on. But then the more I learn is that all of this is to really comfort the family of the bereaved. So when the music are playing and the people them are dance, and especially the Dinky Mini, when them going on, and you know, the Dinky Mini really just reminding, that's what that's about, reminding the people that they have power over death and there's always life after death, and the Dinky Mini really sweet. So that's really what that's all about. But we did a video with a difference. We told you that we went up into the hills, like rural Jamaica, to a night. It was really a night in the day, and it was one with a difference. But one thing I can tell you all, Jamaican people were something else. We have a way of doing things that's no one else not do things so. Okay, so we got our sergeant live on Zoom, right? All right, so good morning or good afternoon it is here in Jamaica. Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well, man.
Wonderful. Good to see you. Welcome to Untangle on the Bridge 99 FM.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I know that you're in the States, but
Right.
I don't look sort of with the background. Look, I look very tropical, so I'm not going to, you know, let me just tell you something. I have been warned not to ask, you know, wolipa question, because there's some questions you just won't answer, all right? So me now going to ask you where you're there, all right? All right. All right. So tell us a little bit about who you were before you actually migrated.
Sure, no, not a problem. So the background is just because I have, always have home on my mind, island mindset. So, wherever I am, I have to, get a piece of home.
All right.
Nowhere like yard. But before that, born to Maureen and Delroy Scott from, humble beginnings, born and raised in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. Uh, went to church there, grew up there for most of my childhood. Then I lived in Portmore, um, one of the greatest high schools in Jamaica, St. George's College. So I'm an alum of St. George's College. Went to Donovan Primary. So, humble beginnings, but had a lot of things that, and I had a lot of examples of how to make sure you have hard work as a bedrock of what you do and strive for all the excellence.
Right. Okay, that sounds good. And you got these examples from your parents.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I will credit them primarily, but we have a say that we say the village, and everybody back in those times, everybody is have a hand in raising children and making sure that they live to a certain standard in that within
Right.
your surrounding, whether it be your church community or your residential community.
Right. We haven't totally lost it, but we've lost some of it, and we have to get back to that village. You know.
I believe so. I believe so. It's core. It's core to raising a generation that is great.
Absolutely. All right. So you left Jamaica when?
Left Jamaica in 2007, the 6th of January.
And then did you go straight into the army?
No, I actually spent 10 years in the corporate world first, and then um, just at cutoff age, decided to, take the bullet because it's either now or never. And it's one of the things that I wanted to do. So I decided, what, let me get it done, and step into a realm that is very challenging and somewhat scary, but I did it.
What's the cutoff age?
Cutoff age is 34. So
Okay.
I was in basic training, and on my 34th birthday, I was in basic training. So
Whoa.
they called me grandpa in basic training because for a 34-year-old to be in basic training is not like a grandpa to the army. So you have
I
these
know.
18-year-old, these 17-year-old just leaving high school and go joining. So
That
you
must
got to
have
be
been a
funny.
challenge though, because not only are they calling your grandpa at 34, but you but you are also Jamaican. So that did that alienate you any?
Well, the funny thing, I tell you, you, you they always say the world is small, and you know that in basic training, I meet another Jamaican right from my community, and I never know him before. I just meet him in basic training, and then another guy from another island, and that's one of the things here, is that you sometimes in when we are in Jamaica, we don't appreciate each other as much. But when you
Yes.
come into a space that hey, you have some commonality, then you
Yes.
start to draw on that commonality. So you
Yeah.
have okay, we are from Jamaica, and then you have okay, we are from the Caribbean, and you start to pull together on that, and and that help you to get through certain things, and not really alienated, but it was challenging, and especially being older according to the army standards, and have to keep up with the physical demand and all of that. But we have a certain grit in Jamaica and the Caribbean, also a certain work ethic, a certain appreciation for things that you only recognize that you do when you're outside of that environment. In Jamaica, we kind of take it for granted sometimes, but when you outside of environment, you recognize that hey, this is something that is ingrained in me because of the culture where I come from.
Absolutely. And something is that I'm sure that you experience too, Delroy, is that because we are predominantly black, we are accustomed to seeing black business people, black
Yes,
politicians, people who are
yes,
great and black. And that
yes.
that is not necessarily the experience of others who are in the minority.
That's right,
So
right.
that
It
actually pushes us.
yes, yes. It come like a needle in the haystack sometimes. Well, on the we call it enlisted side of things, and you see a lot of you know, black or minority that are
Yes.
in certain positions, and then we go on the other side, which is the opposite side, which is let's say the creme de la creme, or the more well paid side, or so you see the coloration start to get a little lighter, and then
Yes.
in you it kind of for somebody who wants to go forward and conquer and strive for excellence, kind of burn a fire in you, and you want to get there and excel.
Right. We're going to talk about that a bit because there's no that way that we can talk to you and not talk about racism, especially in
No,
the US and US Army. But before we get there though, how easy or how difficult is it or was it for you to become a sergeant in the US Army?
you know, I'm going to say this categorically that yes, you will have per, personal views from people, I mean, all walks of life. Think about it is one of the biggest organizations in the world, and you have people from all walks of life. Just like our matter, out of many one people is out of many one organization, and one of the things that is paramount in the organization is always the emphasis on inclusion and things. And whether somebody personally feel like I don't like it because you're black, whatever, they really can't really show it up front because the organization culture itself say, listen, we don't bleed red, we bleed green. So when you go on the battlefield, you're not looking if it's a black man going to
Protect you or defend you.
cover your back, or a white man or an Indian or a Spanish or whatever.
I get that.
So, but then it have its own challenges because, one of the things I went into the army with certain qualifications. I had my degree already, so that kind of pushed me a little bit ahead of my peers or those who joined the same as me. But then it kind of stall you because you have to have certain time in service and meet certain qualifications to become a sergeant. So probably somebody who was below in rank when they started became sergeant before I
Yes.
did.
Right. Because perhaps they joined the army at 18.
That's right.
Yes, yes, I get that. I understand that. And I realize that a lot of your benefits have to do with years of service.
Correct. Yes.
And
Yes. The
and what you
time in service. Yes.
Yes, yes. All right, let's talk about aviation though, because I know
Yes.
that you studied computer and cyber operations, which is what me ears and me can't talk about. But I know that you studied that, and how aviation came in.
It's so yeah. So one of the things is um, depending on how you join the army in terms of your residency status, your if you're a citizen or not, you have certain things that you can and certain things you can't do. So I saw aviation as an opportunity to learn a new skill, and to actually explore a new world. Always fascinated by planes or whatever, but it allowed me to explore that world and get that training. And let's say get that training for free and the exposure for free to work at the helicopters and so forth. And I want to say I didn't do bad when I graduated my class, which is advanced training. I was an honor grad, which is the top two in the
Congrats.
class.
Oh,
So
congrats.
so
Hey.
I didn't do bad, and then I moved on and still had that IT background and integrated that within my work role, which is why I'm here today, where I'm at.
Okay, you mentioned exposure and training for free, and I'm going to assume that's one of the benefits of being in the army.
Well, at no, let's just say at no actual money out of your pocket, but you know they have the cost of your time and sacrifice.
There's
So
no free lunch. No free lunch. That's so true. I know. I know. All right. So that's that. When I heard about this Jamaican who is has experience in aviation in the U.S. Army, to be honest with you, I started to think about all the movies that I watch and all
yes,
the U.S. plane them up in the air and them drop down, boom. That would be
yeah.
bomb, and and all these wonderful things. Can you give me just a short story or just a very short one of one of your most outstanding experiences as a pilot? Are you in the
No,
US?
not a pilot. I was a part of the maintenance crew
Oh, the
for the.
maintenance crew. All right, give me one of your experiences.
Well, one of the things is the aircraft that I would work on because you have, as you know, you'd have different aircraft, so you'd be trained for a specific aircraft. So the aircraft I work on, there's no body but the pilot and the gunner in there, so you don't really go. But every time you have to ensure the safety of the pilot. And it gave me an appreciation for when I either landed in Norman Manley Airport or taking off to head to somewhere in the United States of what is involved in actually making that plane run. A plane is such an integral complex machine that can just be taken down into the air by just some little stuff that you never understand, and you get a new appreciation for something that we take on an everyday basis.
Yes.
You know, and being in aviation, it was the hop tempo was high. So sometimes you're in the field for a whole month, just running missions and all of that stuff. And it's about fixing and making sure they're flight worthy and all of that stuff. So those are some of the hallmarks of being in aviation for the time, and how we can go from 0 to 100 in just 1 hour.
All right. So let's talk about your computer skills or your computing skills. Which is it? Computer skills? Computing skills?
Yeah, something like that. I think so.
Okay, fine. All right. So, when somebody tells me that this is something that I can't talk about, me have to talk about it.
Oh
Because
my God.
no, 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 don't worry yourself. All I want to know is why we can't talk about it.
Well, the truth is so computer is something that I been in for such a long time. I going to high school. I love computers, but didn't get a chance to do it in high school. Leave high school, I got the chance to do it at that time in Jamaica, and then I started working the program that was co-sponsored by Archers NTA, run by the church or church organization. And I started teaching there, and then I appreciation for that. And so now coming to the army in the cyberspace now, everything online, people don't understand sometimes how dangerous it is. I was having a conversation last night, and I said, online is like you're out in the deep ocean, and you have shark, you have alligator, you have crocodile, you have python, you have all of them something they just we just want to strangle you, especially when you have young kids. They want to strangle young kids and draw them in. So you have to have people who are working and protecting this in the background. You have to have
Yes.
people who are working to ensure that the our infrastructure is safe, and have the know-how and what to look for, and what to look for as flags and different things that are threats to us. So that's where I'm at in terms of the cyberspace and working with cyber operations right now.
I get you. And there's a lot of classified information there that obviously you could not share.
Definitely.
I got that. I got that loud and clear. Okay. So it's 29 minutes after 12. I thought this interview would be a lot shorter, but you're so interesting that let me ask you this though. You in the army, you're Jamaican, and there are quite a few young people, particularly Jamaicans, watching you now and looking at you in that uniform. You look so smart in that uniform, by the way. And they're thinking to themselves, how can I get there, or what benefit would it be to me? Speak to
Well,
that.
well, it is a rewarding opportunity, not just for monetary rewarding, but the actual um, service. And even in our Jamaica Defense Force, it's service. It's about service. I mean, it's way different serving it would be serving in Jamaica Defense Force than serving in the United States Army or the United States military, because they have different branches, as you would know. And if anyone comes here and they are permanent resident, or citizen, it is something that I would encourage. Look to see how you can take advantage of those opportunities. Because if somebody's here at 18 and you serve 20 years, at 30 you're retiring
And
with
with
something
a
solid.
good pension, don't
Yes.
say yes louder than that, the man.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes. Let me
yes.
tell you.
Yes, I know, because working with the government at any level, you get good pay and you
Yeah.
get good pension.
Yes. The benefits are very good. And if I had the opportunity or I had taken the opportunity earlier to join, I know it is more beneficial, because now at my age, I'm going to have to still be running up and down these younger kids
Yes, yes,
and
yes,
trying to
yes.
keep up.
But you're still young. Thank God for that. You're
Well,
still young.
I didn't say I'm old. I said the younger kids.
Me
So
hear you. Me hear you. Thanks for clarifying that, and I agree with you. But then we hear a lot about the army. We hear a lot about the United States. And is there any setback, or is there any drawback? Because it can't be just 100% rosy. So
yeah,
if there is any, what would it be?
the drawback is sometimes because of where you're from. And people everybody thinks that every Jamaican smoke weed. Everybody thinks that every Jamaican is a rasta. Everybody thinks that probably you come from a small island. The size of the island is the size of your brain and the size of your mind. You're not exposed to certain things, so you have even more
To
to
prove.
show them that, hey, look, you are a man as just a man, or a human being as a human being, and sometimes we have even, you know let's say, better abilities, then better appreciation for stuff that we have access to. And
Yes.
so, what that's one of the big drawbacks, is to always to show that, hey, I earned my place here, I deserve to be here, and I don't need to be constantly proving that I have to be here.
I hear you loud and clear. And that particular drawback can also be a good thing because you constantly have to be on top of your game.
That's right.
I got
You
you.
want you want to ensure that you're on top of your game at all times, and as somebody from from the island, or somebody who is in the minority, that integrity is everything, and you want to make sure that that integrity is always uh, ironclad and up to par.
Got you loud and clear. All right. Well, a lot of Jamaicans listening to your final word. Is there anything that you want to say to your Jamaican brothers and sisters?
Absolutely, I tell you. Look, we have a beautiful island. We have a treasure in where we live. We have opportunities. I just take advantage of every opportunity you get. One of the things I live by is honesty, integrity, and determination. Honest, what you do, have the integrity to do what you need to do, and have the determination to go at it no matter what. So whatever as small as it is, keep on just pushing and just striving for excellence.
Sergeant Scott, it was a pleasure talking to you. And I'm
It
happy
was
that
a
I can
pleasure.
see you too. You
It was a
can't see me.
pleasure talking to the great EliseKelly.
Thank you so very much. You've been an inspiration to a lot of people listening. And
All right.
thanks again and have yourself a wonderful rest of your career.
All right. And enjoy your day.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Amazing. Jamaican born U.S. Army Sergeant Delroy Scott Jr. And he is who we just had a conversation with. An amazing human being and an amazing Jamaican who has made use of the opportunities that he has gotten. And you heard him say to the rest of us that we too must try and do the same thing. Integrity. What a wonderful word. So it's something that you have to live by. Excellent talking to him. We're going to take a break. And then when we come back, it's all about talk the truth. So we're standing by to join Beauregard.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Beauregard.
How you doing, Mama Kelly?
I am very well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How's everything with you in Jamaica there? How's the weather?
The weather is good. It was a little hot last. Hey, look here. Make I tell you something. Beauregard, make I tell you
Yes.
something. You see the man them in the studio? Them is very mixed up.
What them do now?
Here one of them now. Mama, you gonna love the view. So me say, which view? So me say, which view? Beauregard. Where mama? Mr. Them mix up.
Mama Kelly, you know,
Wow.
I said to our to this Jordan in studio, the
Yeah.
producer here. I said,
Yes.
you know, say Mama Kelly, I got say me put on blue today because she tell me say she like blue.
I don't care where they want to say. Jordan, I don't care where you want to say. Me like see me in the blue. And the man them here so them no stop tease me. Mama, you're going like the view
Oh,
today.
man.
Yes, me like the view. Me like the view.
Jealous, them jealous, yeah, Mama Kelly.
Jealous, jealous.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Good to see you and bless up the Irie Jam listeners.
Yes,
Every
bless up to
time.
everyone listening in Jamaica. Bridge 99 FM.
That's right. So what go on your side?
Our side, the weather is lovely. We have been experiencing some wonderful weather this week. It's been a little bit warm, so we are going to run with that. But of course, yesterday marked the beginning of Lent. We know the 40-day period of reflection and preparation for Easter, a season of fasting from foods and, certain activities that people get into. So
Right.
Christians all across the world will be partaking in that celebration as well.
Right.
It's also good to see that the students are back home in Jamaica.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. That's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And-
Go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and as we see a lot of aid that's going to Ukraine right now, the outpour of aid that's going over there from dozens of countries that started to send military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine since last Thursday. The U.S. sent about $350 million in military aid, Canada sent about $500 million worth of military aid. Germany has been sending weapons. They sent anti-tank weapons and Stinger missiles. So did Sweden and Denmark and Norway. France sent anti-aircraft digital weapons also. Portugal is supporting them with bulletproof vests and night vision goggles and helmets. And we also saw that Jamaica made this list. Jamaica sent 50,000 stones to help it.
Look here. No, look here. When they're foreign, you not go this my country. No, look here. Watch here. Look, you never know when they will need it. Look here, not this my country, about 50,000 stone. Look here. No, how to harder is that? Heights are how to harder is that. Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes we have to take serious things with joke, cause you know, the world under pressure right now. COVID are go on, war are go on. It look like the world need a little humor sometimes to ease some of the pain.
But can I tell you something? I just about 50,000 stone. I remember the first time my son and I went to New York. And the man looked, that I remember about 14, right? And the man looked nervous. So me I said to him, say, what? Make you just relax yourself. So he was there with his auntie, right? My sister, one of my sisters. And him said to me, say, Mommy, me say, what darling? New York now stone.
No, you know a true thing.
No,
because
seriously.
When I came here young, I'm not gonna lie, I get in a 1-on-2 fight. And you know, Caribbean people, when the first thing we look around at something for fling.
Yes. Yes.
And when you're there in New York and you look for a stone, you can't find no stone on the road for sure. Nothing.
So it's like, you know, people like me who don't fight would not necessarily notice that. So his auntie said to him, said, darling, what you would have want stone for? I said, I suppose something happened to you, mom. I can't do nothing. So don't laugh, okay? Yes. Don't laugh, because we very good at it. We stone them. You understand? Yeah. And you never know who for. Oh God, I'm talking war now, and that's just so not me. Anyway, now we stone them. Yeah, yes. Send the stone them. Mr. Prime Minister, send them on.
We'll try help.
But you know something, although you're talking about all these various, you know, weapons and whatever ammunition that being sent.
Yes.
You realize that a lot of it is just advertising these things, you know. I mean, yes, fine. The Ukrainians need them and them need it in the war. But war is just about advertising ammunition and them latest weapons and all these things, you know. You think it deeper than that? You know, deeper than that, you know.
True.
It's not deeper than that. So a lot of that is just profiling.
Yes.
And showing the world what kind of weapons them have. And that is very, very sad.
War games. It's
of course
been
it's war games.
For decades and centuries. War games. Because
remember, there's a lucrative business, you know. So when them can tell the world what them sending, them also telling the world what them have.
And how much, who is getting how much money for what.
Exactly, and where you can get these things to purchase. Because it's a big business. You know, and what is very sad is that Ukraine still under pressure.
Yeah.
Russia now ease up on the Ukraine. So people are going to be dying and no matter worst is yet to come in Ukraine, France wants. I mean, no matter how much, you know, these high-tech weapons or whatever, however you describe these weapons, no matter how much them sending, it is still going to have, the people are going to be dying.
Yes.
And that should be, you know.
And when it's all said and done, I feel like Russia will have full control of the Ukraine.
Look, I am sure they will have full control. Let me tell you something. See, I know that they don't sound good, but you remember I said to myself, why you put the people through all of this for when you know Russia still going to take on the war? I mean, you know, if
right.
At the end of the day, yes, Russia will have control over the Ukraine. And no matter how much this one they say and that the one they saying, people will die, and at some point, they are going to give up. And I'm wondering why not sooner than later.
Right.
Because I mean, in order to protect your own people, what is your goal? What is your goal? You know, to win a war that you can't win, or to protect your people.
True.
Barity, it is just so very, very sad. Because when the other day when they're having all these talks, I just figured that somehow the talks would have materialized into something meaningful and the war would have
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. But you see, it's man run the two country. Them, say, if all me,
Remember, we had this conversation a few months ago.
Oh, yes, we
we were
did.
talking about women, and we were saying the man them have too much ego and them have things to prove.
Yes.
We that said the same thing about war.
Yes, we were. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to suggest that I would be a walkover, or a pushover. But as a woman, my major concern would be for the life of my people. Rather to prove when this and one you're saying that the ammunition and that the one they're saying that the one they have to prove so we can boss it. I mean, come on, man.
Right. True.
Where is your heart in all of this? So perhaps, who knows? Perhaps if it was me, I'd just say, look, me never know. Come take it, country, because just to prevent all the loss of life. Because just like you said,
Right.
Beauregard, at the end of the day, them still going to take over.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point?
True.
Oh.
Here's some good news.
Yeah, please.
The House passes bill making lynching a federal hate crime. A lot of people would say this was a long time coming. A lot of people would say it's late, but the fact that it took them so long, I believe that's a crime in itself.
Say that again, Beauregard, I didn't hear that.
I said the fact that it took them
No,
so
not
long.
that. The item of news.
The House passes bill making lynching a federal hate crime. Now we're saying that the fact that they're just passing this bill to make this a hate crime in 2022, then this thing has been going on for hundreds of years. That's a crime in itself.
Absolutely.
But it's also a step in the right direction.
Yeah, well, too little too late,
Yeah,
though.
too little too late.
Too
yeah.
little too late.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, that it is still, with all that is happening, can you imagine with all that is happening, this is good news? Wow.
May I tell you?
May I tell you? You know what
And
is
we still see the racism going on over there in Europe.
actually, you know what is good news? What is good news is this picture that I'm looking at with Janine. And this picture shows Janine with a nice big belly. And it says that she's actually with child. And with all the killing going on, and with all the loss of lives, with however, COVID or whatever, when a beautiful young woman like this can show a picture with her belly, with child, now that's good news.
Yes. Very, very good news.
Very, very good news. So congrats, my darling sister Janine. I'm so happy for you, and may the Most High guide and protect you. I think she's in Africa as we speak, and she is looking so beautiful.
Right.
Lovely. So that's that.
And some more good news. My kids went back to school this week, so look at more food in the fridge.
Very good news. Very
Yes.
good news.
Yes.
You think we don't know what that mean? Me know what that mean, because trust me. Yeah, you know something though, Beauregard. I remember what was it? It was in the Christmas season. And all you talk about was food. So I'm
Yes.
sure at least one I picked them to come for you, love them. At least one.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure no one.
Yeah, all of them. A boy picked them.
Love them belly.
Trust me. Trust me.
Can you imagine feeding? How much of them you feed, Beauregard? Boys.
4.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
A strain pan the budget, that's
I tell you.
it. But it's all good because it's life. It's life and it's young people and all these wonderful things.
Yes, man.
Look here. We were talking, we always just chit-chatting in the studio, and we were talking about I'm always dancing to my tune there.
Yes.
So we were actually Vaughn asked me if there was a dance that I would like to learn, what would it be? If there was a dance that you would want, not associated with our culture at all, if there was a dance that you would like to learn, what would it be?
I would have to think about that one, Mama.
Yes.
Kelly. I don't know. Maybe if we do a little salsa and then,
Hey, there you go!
yeah. Maybe if we do a little salsa. I think that's a romantic kind of dance. Yes.
Nice. That's exactly what I said.
Yes.
I would love to learn salsa.
Okay.
And of course, Richie, the master control, tell me, say, me have to go drink rum first before me do this. How that come in? Me don't even really know. How that come in, darling? Me don't know. But what you don't know? Salsa. Salsa. Every time I see people dancing salsa, I'm like, oh, yes.
Yes.
I would
It's
love
smooth.
to. Oh, it's so nice.
Yes.
And then the people, them just so, especially both of them, men and women, them just really look like them having a wonderful time.
It does. It does. Yeah, man.
So we're going to take a break. Up here talking today now. We're going to take a break. And the other day, right, I went to a night up in the country, which was in the day, right? And I promised that I would show a video of the night. And I'm sure Jamaicans away from home would find it entertaining. I had a ball. I mean, I know. Can you really have a ball at a night? But you can actually. You know.
Yes.
So
It's a celebration of life.
a celebration of life, and it also shows that our Jamaican culture is alive and well, even if we have to go sometimes into deep rural Jamaica. So this was a little different, and we'll show it when we come from the break. All right.
Okay, no problem.
All right, cool. Radio in New York. Beauregard, you there?
Yes, Mama Kelly.
You know, one of the things before we play the video, I followed a friend of mine to as a church setting, him did want to look upon him family them grave and thing. You know, sometimes you have to keep up with them, something there.
Yes.
So I followed him there, and it just so happened that they were having a night there at the time. And as soon as I stepped into the churchyard, you see the music that licked me. When I tell you something, Beauregard, you see, as somebody who select music, we really need to kind of expand the reach, you know, and play some music where it's not necessarily popular music, because let me tell you something. You see, when we go in at the place and the original revival music lick me, yeah, I can tell you something. Because my friend, I look for me, I look for me, and say, I never know, say, you dance. Look here, they couldn't contain me, could not contain me in the people them place. Me broke away. Yes.
Yes, man.
Me turn me roll. You know, me turn your roll.
More time I go into the 12 tribe place, the headquarters, and that's the same vibes that hit me. You can't stop move.
Yeah, man.
Especially when the drum them a beat, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
This was a little deeper though, because it was older. It was our ancestors'
Yes.
kind of way to celebrate. And, you know, I always wondered why we, as Jamaican people, celebrate so much and drink so much and dance so much and laugh so much, and somebody has died. But then an old man was there. I think he's on the video. And he was explaining to me that why we do it is to actually comfort those who are bereaved.
Yes.
And I just never thought of that. So he says, when you do the dinky mini and you wine pan them one another, I always just think to me, duh. But what that really means is that it is to show that you have power over death. And the gyrating movements is the movements of life. And that's how we conquer death. So I learned so much. However, the video will show a special guest that is not normally at Nine Nights. But this is just for your Jamaican viewers. So we'll just show you a little piece of it. That is Jamaica, our Jamaica, the land of our birth. Make I tell you, me say, Beauregard, that gentleman is in the cap. The people in the district tell me that from them a little picnic, right? And him having juice, Everybody did have them juice. And make me tell you, so the man drops on legs there, And they might tell me, say, him are the original Dinky Mini man. But, the kind of dancing that all the elder, not so much the monkey man. But the elder, I couldn't get to catch the elder, because once the monkey, then is the monkey man ride pan bike coming there,
Yeah.
So once the monkey man they come in, the elder kind of, pale by comparison, you don't know. But that elder there, the white polo shirt, he put on a piece of dance, and I'm going to tell you, say, one of the time we dance, I'm going to stop dance and I try to learn some of the movements where the elder I make, because when we say it ready,
Yeah.
it ready, Beauregard.
Where was this?
Way up in the hills. way up in that, when we say rural St. Mary, I mean rural. As you look upon the people them, you can say it's a very rural district. But you see the music, believe
But
you me.
I hear you laughing in the background.
No, I know me. No, you don't say. No,
you-
watch this. The same thing. My sister them I say make you go answer, but it wasn't me. You see the lady, you see the other people them I laugh, man, and because the thing did go on good before
Yeah,
the man,
yeah, fun, yeah.
before the monkey man come. And when the monkey man come in, the show stop. When the monkey man start come, the place turn up. But really and truly, it's not the kind of entertainment that we don't normally have. But trust me when I tell you, the other lady there did with that. I fear, and she was. But I don't.
See the monkey man in the class. That reminds me of Haitian and Caribbean heritage.
Yes. So what we're looking at is really our African heritage.
Exactly.
A lot of it, the Dinky Mini, the revival, the Tonya Roll, all of that is part of our African heritage.
Yes.
And can I tell you something? When I left there, we went in the afternoon and left in the evening, but when we were driving back, I felt filled. Filled?
Yes.
Filled. Because the dancing, me say the elder we when him put on him foot and turn pan the one foot and carry on, man. And they not think about no arthritis and them. They never remember about them the same thing there,
No man, them on the healthy and strong man.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I thought I would share it with particularly your viewers, because most of your viewers haven't been to Jamaica for a while. And I'm sure that should bring back a lot of memories for them.
Definitely.
So I just thought I would share that with Obviously, monkey man I go and I know in my dance, I dance, Hey, damn man, the man. Him and the dancer, man. So when they put on one foot and rock the other one round it, man. And the elder is at least, them say, him can't under 90.
Wow.
Elder. But you see, the culture hold them up.
Yes. More life to the elder, for real.
Yeah, man. So I
Elder
just thought I
strength.
would share that. Your time now, because say your thing now, time like a fury.
Well, speaking of the elder and how long he's living and his longevity, big up the people who are celebrating a birthday this month. Today we're celebrating the birthday of Tommy McCook. Today is his birthday. Michael Prophet also celebrates a birthday. Jackie Mitu is his birthday today. Jigsy King and Runkus. They're all celebrating birthdays today.
Okay.
And on Tuesday, there was a birthday that I wanted to mention to you, Mama Kelly. It's the birthday of Miss Lisa Grant. She is the sister of the vice president at Irie Jam here, Mr. Louis Grant. She's someone that you used to mentor. You were both in the drama club.
Oh, you know them something there.
I was given the information from Mr. Grant.
Okay.
And your mothers are very good friends, Mrs. Grant and Mrs. Kelly.
Very, very good friends. And I got a chance to speak to her brother before I came here. But I remember the family very, very well. As I talk in, goose pimples coming to me now, because their mother, their mother and my mother, your mother have a friend that she really loves
Yes.
and respects.
Yes.
That was Mrs. Grant. And when them sit down and talk about the Lord, you know. Yeah, me tell you, say, you have to get with the program.
Right,
They were
right.
just good people, just good people. So Lisa, happy belated birthday to you, my sister. I remember you very well. She was a few years my junior. I remember that.
Right.
Yes, I remember her very well. I remember her
So
mom well.
how about Mr. Grant? Did you know him in his younger years as well?
I remember him vaguely, but
Okay.
I
Because I
remember.
was gonna ask you what was he like in his younger years, you know, but
I wouldn't be able to remember that.
okay.
I don't remember that, but he remembers a lot though. Yeah, I mix you up,
Yeah,
mix me up in the evening, yeah, you know, I'm in the night with you, no Beauregard. But I remember him vaguely,
Yes.
and I remember the sister because the sister was usually with her mom, and I was always with my mom. So we would see each other, you know, regularly.
Jago.
St. Jago High School. I only did 2 years at St. Jago, you know.
Okay.
I went to Wilmer's first to fifth farm. But can I just tell you something? My memories of St. Jago are more than my memories of Wilmer's. That's the
Right.
truth. I loved every minute of St. Jago High School.
Nice.
And I
Well,
remember Mrs. Grant very, very well. Nice little lady. And she
Yeah.
always encouraged me to be good, Elise. Don't.
Yeah, man. Jamaican parents.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
man.
man. Interesting.
Speaking of school, some sad news coming out of St. Anne. Just this morning, 4 final year students from the Monique Teachers College were crossing the main road
Oh my
at
goodness.
Public Works Junction to take a taxi
Oh,
to their
God.
campus. According to the news reporters, they saw a taxi approaching at a high speed. Despite all the shouts and signals shown by these 4 students, the driver couldn't control the taxi and unfortunately drove past them. So they're still waiting for another taxi.
Oh, there's. Oh. I am not laughing, and that's not even funny. That's not. That. What's wrong with you, Beauregard?
Kelly,
Stop.
what did I do?
Stop.
What am I doing?
Sure. That's just not. And the boy, the man, them in here did with laugh. Why are you laughing? Don't laugh.
What am I doing, Mama
What you
Kelly?
mean? What you do? You make me waste the whole. Oh. All of that waste, you know. All of them they waste. Can you imagine? No, my God. And then you go say sad news, and me say, oh my God. And
them that try catch a taxi and them never catch it. So, you know.
sure, Beauregard. You know, you see next week I have an interview. Yeah,
Yes.
because if me did have an interview with them time, yeah, this wouldn't go on, you know. No, it wouldn't go on, Beauregard. That's just not, that's
Oh,
not
man.
cool. Not cool because I'm here thinking, oh my goodness, no. And then,
Yeah, man. Sadly, they were late for class, you know.
that worse than that worse than the illegal party.
Yeah.
I swear. I swear. That's not cool, Beauregard. Please don't do me that. Because let me tell you
Alright,
something,
I
you know.
won't, I won't.
You have to remember, say, I'm in a space where the whole of we traumatized, you know. So, when you go start a story like that now, it's like we just said so. You understand? Hey, enough time we said so, you know. In Jamaica, you know, if you realize, you come to conscious and you realize you never even breathe. No. So don't do that to us. Please and
Oh,
thank you.
man.
Not do it again.
All right.
Oi, you're not no real good news for tell me that in the afternoon. You're terrible.
Oh, man. That was a good one.
To you. No, really. For you. And them here where they do laugh in the studio, not for me.
Yeah, man. But, you know, with all that's going on with the students missing out in Ukraine, you know, just bring a little laughter to everything that's happening.
Well, somebody just texted me a while ago and says, Takura used to keep a show when you get all them dance in a Portland. Oh, no, I wonder if it's, I think I remember, is Takura used to put on that show though? But I think I remember that show though, where you used to get a whole heap of them dance. Wait, name again? Me no remember, but remember the show though, where you used to get a whole heap of them dancing. But you see, like all in a case like that now, we don't like all the elder there at a spot where them could actually teach us
Yes.
the dancing.
Yes.
Because let me tell you something, man. If me could have just learned one time me stop dance and me just take in the old man and every time he put on foot, put on film it too. And when him to lift up the other one, me lift up the other one, I look at them and say, Mama, you're trying that, you can't do it.
Oh,
Watch
man.
me, man. Me have him on video. So trust me, I shall be watching. Anyway. Ah, boy. Next week, Tuesday, most I willing, we go at this time we're gonna have a conversation with Sugar, you know, Rising Star winner Sugar.
Yes.
She's here in Jamaica for a few weeks, and we want to catch her before she leaves. So that's something I'm sure you will look forward to.
Definitely.
I'm sure.
Come on, bless up Sugar.
Yeah, when I mentioned that we're going to interview Sugar, the response from the gentleman made me realize that we need a bodyguard for Sugar, because she's definitely going to be in the studio, and the way when we're going, Lord, Sugar, right? So Sugar, my darling, we're going to have a nice bodyguard for you. It might look a maga because of hand, but at the end of the but at the end of the day, it will still do the job. Yeah, right. So
Right.
I'm sure you look forward to that, and you can have your
Definitely.
questions ready for Sugar next
Definitely.
week. All
Looking
right.
forward to that, for real.
All right. So we can now go step out now. Thank you very much for keeping our company. It's
Not a problem.
Always a pleasure reasoning and rapping with you. And let me just say that excerpt, the clips that you gave on Tuesday
Yes.
with the journalists or the reporters making those comments is still a topic of conversation
Yes.
amongst the people that listened. And thank you very much for sharing, and perhaps we need to do more of that, Beauregard.
Yes, definitely. I've started seeing it now becoming a topic on mainstream media. They have started discussing it now. So, we'll continue to stay ahead of the game and, try to bring the people the information as soon as we realize what's happening.
Right, doing a very good job, and we really need to keep our listeners not just entertained but informed, So
True.
let's do more of that, all right?
Yes, like I said, this is a wonderful platform. A lot of people enjoy it here in the tri-state area. And we'll continue to bring them the content and, the information that they need.
Right, and the mix is wonderful, because
Yes.
it's some people that I didn't even realize were listening could actually comment on the clips that you played, and of course have not just a conversation but a conversation at home with them children, and
Yes.
that's so very important, So bless up yourself,
All right, you too, Mama Kelly. Take care.
and
Have
bless
a
up your
wonderful
listeners.
weekend.
Thank you, very same to you.